I want you to think for yourself in your own life, what are some things that you want to achieve, that you want to go for? And I want you to think of what's called Quadrant 2 tasks. Have you heard of Quadrant 2 tasks? Have you heard of them before? Usually when you get tasks, you want to split them into whether they are urgent and whether they are important. Right, so with those two dimensions, those two criteria, you tend to put it into a matrix. All right, so quadrant 1 are things that are both urgent and important. So those are the things that you have to do straight away, and they are really important. Things will turn pear-shaped if you didn't do them. And those are the things that we tend to know that, okay, we got to do them, so let's do them. Quadrant 2 are the things that are important but not necessarily urgent. Things that you know would make a impact in your life, a positive impact in your life, but you don't get to them because they're not urgent. Quadrant 3 are things that are urgent but not important. And very often we tend to focus on these things rather than the important things because they're urgent, they're in your face, the lights are blinking at you. And the last quadrant are the things that are not important and not urgent. These are the things that we really shouldn't be spending our time on, but sometimes we do. I want you to think in your life, what's something that you know that if you started doing, it would make a massive impact in your life, a massive positive impact in your life. And if you can think of that thing, I want you to write it in the chat. What's that thing that you're doing, that you're not doing, right, that's important in your life, but it's not urgent? You know, it's not something you need to do tomorrow or next week, even in the next few months. So I work in a software engineering company. An example of something that is important but not necessarily urgent is things like server maintenance, security updates. I personally do not like doing those things. Oh my goodness, I'm floating. Oh my goodness, why am I floating? No, come back here, interloper. Oh, bugger. Alright, let me try to get back to my ship. What were I talking about? I was talking about security updates, that's right. Security updates are things that are important because if you don't do those updates, it could cause you serious hassles in the future. But at the same time, they're not really urgent. You know, maybe they'll be due in, you know, a few months' time, a few weeks' time. Maybe it'll be, you know, even if you let it expire, oh, you're not gonna get hacked, right? What's the likelihood that something will actually go wrong? But you know what? They're still important to do, even though they're not urgent, even though they're not gonna cause a negative impact immediately. It might still cause you problems in the future. So that's an example of something that is important but not necessarily urgent. So I want you to think for yourself, what is an example of something that's like that? Whoa! That's important to do, but you haven't been doing it because it's not urgent. Oh. Oh. Okay, I'm trying to land on this icicle. Ooh, it's getting closer to the sun, so it's starting to warm up. Oh boy, okay, it's starting to burn up. Oh boy, oh boy. Oh. Okay, no, that was my sun going supernova. Alright, so Nat said clean his room. Very honest, Nat, thank you very much. Ing says exercise. Yes, that is on my list as well. Anyone else? I want you to think, what's something that is important for you to do, but you've been putting it off because it's not urgent? Oh, further study. That's a good one, Angela. Yes? But there's a question mark there, so you don't seem very certain. Anyone else? What's something that is important to do that you know will make an impact? A positive impact in your life, but you're just putting it off. Clean your car. Nat, let me tell you, me and my daughter cleaned my car last week or the week before, and within 2 days it got dirty again. So is that really important? Yeah, depending on the state of your car, right? Cleaning stuff, yeah. Okay, so let's come up with a plan for these important things, even though they're not urgent. Let's set a milestone or a small goal that you know is achievable, and you know that it's achievable in the next couple of weeks, for instance. It doesn't have to be massive. Even if it's, for instance, in the case of further studies, okay, right, maybe I need to actually do some research about what further studies I should pursue. Um, maybe when it comes to exercise, all right, I do not exercise very much at all right, but I know that exercise is important. I know that I could keep putting it off, but in the long term, it's not going to serve me well. And that's the thing about these quadrant two tasks. Very often, these are things that have positive long-term benefits, but we're not realizing them because we haven't put in the short-term effort and work. So let me challenge you, and this will be the last challenge we do for the night. It's already 10:15 actually. Time really flies. Wow. Let me challenge you with something. I want you to take one of these long-term quadrant 2 goals, and I want you to set a goal that you can accomplish in the next week. And I want you to, this goal is completely up to you. It's something that has to be achievable, something that you can do in this next week that will hit you towards that bigger picture goal, that bigger picture long-term goal.